CKJ Crypto News. I'd like to welcome everybody to today's show. Guys, I got a hell of a video right here. This is actually Secretary of Treasury Stephen right here, Trump appointee. And I'm here to tell you guys, he's pretty much is over top of the Financial Stability Oversight Council. And through that Financial Stability Oversight Council that ties to Ryan Zagone through Ripple and the Faster Payments Task Force. No, pretty much he's also behind the executive order from Donald Trump 13772 to revamp the financial system. Now, what I'm here to tell you guys, I've tied Secretary Steve here to almost pretty much being on a world tour. Every country, every place he's visited has also been a Ripple partner. Steve has been very busy lately. Ripple has been very busy lately. And what I'm here to say that Ripple is the backup plan for the United States to prevent another financial crisis or collapse. They say with this technology, it can prevent that. As far as the speed, efficiency, security, Ripple is the answer to a new financial system that's being worked on right now. And like I said, guys, you're not going to miss this video. As far as the tie-ins, I've tied Steve here to all the Ripple partners or visiting them, and I'm pretty sure it's to coordinate with them to make sure everybody's on the same page about this amazing Ripple technology. So guys, you definitely don't want to miss this video. Let's get it started. First we'll start with like a little recap here. Basically, this is Treasury Secretary Steve. I'm just going to say Steve because I butcher his last name. So we're just going to call him Steve. Now basically what I did is I reviewed Steve's Twitter here, and he's been a very busy man. I'll show you what I mean. First, a quick recap. Pretty much Steve is behind this executive order 13772 on core principles for regulating the United States financial system. And Stephen is the key player in this executive order as far as the one pretty much drafting the report for President Trump, because they want to roll back financial regulation that's pretty much was put into place after the 2008 financial collapse of the U.S. financial system. The U.S. Department of Treasury, under the direction of Secretary Stephen, prepared this report. He prepared this report in response to the executive order, in response to Donald Trump's executive order. So then this is pretty interesting. Something I thought was pretty interesting too is, Corey Johnson says they have been in talks with the Trump administration, and now all of a sudden you're starting to see Secretary of Treasury pretty much putting some focus on SWIFT. Munich says Iran's central bank to be cut off from the global system. Now, basically, U.S. Secretary of Treasury Stephen gestures during a press conference at the G20 summit that I understand the SWIFT will be discontinuing service to the Central Bank of Iran and designated Iran financial institutions, Munich said in a tweet. SWIFT is making the right decision to protect the integrity of the international financial system. Now, basically what I'm saying is Ripple's putting in place to also protect the integrity of the U.S. financial system. But I think they're throwing focus on SWIFT because they're fed up with SWIFT. And like I said, U.S. financial regulators formed crypto working group, Treasury Secretary. Then they also said Financial Stability Oversight declares that cryptocurrencies are not a threat to the financial system. And that's just to give you a quick recap of which direction we're going to go in this video. And out of this 2008 financial crisis became a program called TARP. And out of TARP became the Emergency Economic Stabilization Act of 2008. So basically, the Financial Stability Oversight Council's job is to identify threats to the financial system. So basically, they came out and said that digital currencies are not a threat to the financial system. Jerome Powell's on that Financial Stability Oversight Council overseeing the Faster Payments Initiative, and Ryan Zagone is also on that Faster Payments Task Force. So I do believe that Stephen, Treasury Secretary, has been on a world tour to make sure everybody's on the same page and they're ready to flip that switch to utilize Ripple and the Ripple ledger. So let's get this started. So pretty much I went down Stephen's Twitter. So I'm going to connect him to pretty much visiting all Ripple partners. Central Bank of Kuwait Governor Ali Shah and I discussed bilateral economic ties. Central Bank of Kuwait. Ripple X currency go live at National Bank of Kuwait. Stephen, Secretary of Treasury, we had a productive discussion today at the UAE banking leaders on economic issues and enforcing sanctions. UAE. The UAE exchanged partners with Ripple for instant cross-border payments and becomes the first global money for business in the Middle East to offer real-time seamless payments. Ripple signs massive deal with UAE exchange. I had a productive discussion today with UAE banking leaders. There he is right there again. Discuss important economic and regional securities with Mohammed, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi. This guy is really getting around to the Ripple partners. National Bank of Abu Dhabi adopts Ripple. Woo! Productive discussion today with SEC of Mexico on importances of USMCA trade agreement and strong economic ties between US and Mexico. Remember where XRP went live first? Ripple to help United States to Mexico remittances. Ripple is already a winner in the fast, cheap remittance sector. Collinex to make remittances from the United States to Mexico cheaper. Today I met with the Austrian finance minister to discuss many critical issues including tax and trade. Austria. Commonwealth Bank of Australia to launch Ripple payments soon. The Commonwealth Bank of Australia plans to begin using the Ripple network to settle payments between subsidiaries soon. Okay. Japanese Deputy PM Toro also I discussed the ongoing cooperation between US and Japan on economic issues. One of the largest banks in Japan, SBI Holdings, partners with Ripple and XRP is the largest XRP's largest holder. Whoa. So are we there to see if everything's going all right with the new partnership and this new financial system we're building behind the scenes? Ripple, they're pretty much building a structure, financial structure, Ripple global settlement. The world will be powered by Ripple. And this is also the backup plan for the Economic Stabilization Act. Oh, I guess I forgot to show you guys that really quick. The Troubled Asset Relief Program, TARP, is a program in the United States to purchase toxic assets. Economic Stabilization Act. It's also the TARP originally authorized expenditures of $700 billion. And if you go down here, the authority of the United States Department of Treasury to establish and manage TARP under the newly created Office of Financial Stability became a law on October 3rd. Financial Stability Oversight Council declares that cryptocurrencies are not a threat to the financial system. Emergency Economic Stabilization Act. Consulting among the Treasury Secretary, Chairman of the Federal Reserve, Ben Bernanke, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, Christopher Cox, congressional leaders, and President Bush moved forward to draft a proposal for a comprehensive solution to the problems created by illiquid assets. So, this was run by Ben Bernanke. What did I do with the other article? I put the Ben Bernanke article in here somewhere. Where'd it go? I guess where I pulled that article up. But anyway, let's move forward. Japan, one of the largest banks. I thought this was pretty interesting. I thought I would throw this in there. But Ben Bernanke is also the one we shared in the prior video where pretty much says that there will be a global currency. It won't be Bitcoin. And Ben Bernanke is the one that spoke at Swell, Ripple's event last year, highlighting Ripple's technology. So Ben Bernanke is also tied to the '08 financial collapse. But had a productive conversation with Nasdaq board member this morning. Heard more about the state of the markets and IPOs, initial public offerings from CEO, there's Kelly something, or Andrina Friedman, and the board members. Had a productive conversation with Nasdaq. And this is just from July. Cryptocurrency, the right next step in this space of currency. Nasdaq CEO. Nasdaq chief Adrina is bullish on cryptocurrencies. She says the jury is still out on which particular one, but they'll get back to us. Back CEO, we're about to see a cryptocurrency revolution. And the owners of the Nasdaq are also behind this. Had a productive conversation with Nasdaq board members this morning. I wonder what you guys talked about. Bot. The New York Stock Exchange owners wants to bring Bitcoin to your 401k. Are crypto credit cards next? Of course they are. This morning, the International Exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, and other global markets announced that it is forming a new company called Bot, a new venture. Had a productive conversation this morning with Nasdaq board members. Okay, guys. So pretty much, guys, Ripple is tied to everything going on. Like I said, clearly, guys, the FSOC Council was created to prevent another global or a financial crisis. As you can see, looks like Secretary of Treasury is very busy making sure everybody flips that switch on the countdown from 3, 2, 1. New financial system, XRP, baby. Okay, guys, so what you guys think about this video? The CKJOY coin will pop up right now. Smash that coin and subscribe. Tell me, guys, what you think about Secretary of Treasury traveling the world to all the Ripple partners, them coming out and saying that cryptocurrency is safe, them tying to Ryan Zagone on the Faster Payments Task Force, and Jerome Powell's also on the Financial Stability Oversight Council. So, guys, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Like I said, Ripple is put into place to prevent another financial disaster like before. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for your time. The CKJ coin will pop up right now. Smash that coin and subscribe. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.